match. There we are, unit comps on the screen. We see already almost everyone is bringing 1 gold, 1 purple, 1 blue and 1 green, and I absolutely love to see it, because in my opinion that's exactly what it should look like in a balanced game. Of course we don't see every golden unit, every blue unit, every purple unit or green unit, but I mean at least we see any rarity. And then, not to talk too long about that one, we can have a look at what exactly they're bringing. So I can already see on the side of YeahBuddy a ton of cavalry with the Cutiliers here and some human, maybe Dagger X. I think it's Dagger X, yeah, it should be Dagger X there. Then we have some monastics, hussars and some anti-cav there as well, of course, with the modals, with some phalanx, both not being banned is of course a big point here in anti-cav, whereas then of course the red and pikeman. I see a ton of Wuxing here and the Cocos, and then let's quickly have a look on the other side. We have some phalanx as well, of course, some Orochi, a ton of Orochi there, Cutiliers of course, red and pikemen, a lot of those Wuxings are in there, Cocos as well, and whatever. I've seen shield mains in there, so many units with the Stalwart ban. We have such a variety in unit comp. I just absolutely love to see it. Here we go. We are loading in, and I am ready to see what LeftoverSmurfs have prepared for the defense. Will it be a point defense this time around, or just once again C point, falling back to C, not defending anything before that point and just going maybe with heroes? And it looks like we will be having a point defense for the first time today. I mean, it's only the second match, so not too bad here. Second match already a point defense. I honestly didn't expect we would see one at all, but I kind of love to see it. YeahBuddy, of course, with the modals close to the gate. I'm not sure if everyone survived that shot of the cannons, but most of them probably survived the cannons there and should be fine. Trap to the cannons of the defense. LeftoverSmurfs losing 2 of their cannons there onto that trap. Then 2 more cannons left on the right hand side. Of course, okay, it's 3, 1 in the back as well. And oh, I think that strat LeftoverSmurfs do is the one strat they could counter YeahBuddy. I feel like if YeahBuddy get the time to really prep things, they are the strongest. They usually don't do too bad if they don't have too much time, but I mean, you only need to win maybe 1, maybe 2 fights, and then you should be good. And winning 1 fight against YeahBuddy is tough, but LeftoverSmurfs, they have the talent and the skill to do so. Ram will get rid of the gate, and I'm curious to see where YeahBuddy wants to attack this. Maybe LeftoverSmurfs is falling back. What do we see here? That's no really coordinated fallback, but also not really a point defense. That's just a swap out of units. Only green units and blue units left. Am I wrong there? Just some purple units there. We can see 1 unit of sergeants with spear, 2 now, but that's just a ton of blue and green units with 2 sets of tanky front lines and 1 unit of the doppelsurfness that can disrupt any ability use next to the point with the ability. So right now it feels like YeahBuddy would only need 1 unit of Cocos, and that would be the defense gone, because that's just so much green in there. 1 unit of Cocos would be 150 unit kills, all green units gone, and that's it. But let's wait and see. We see a trap here to the back. Curious where that one should go. Not really hitting anything. Good. Good job there from the defense. LeftoverSmurfs going down, falling back from the point, going into the courtyard here, getting rid of a ton of the cavalry, trying to get back up, but YeahBuddy, they are just already there on top. You just can't go up there. YeahBuddy, they will just block those staircases with the shields, with the units, and that should be The point gone. Yeah, buddy. They are being met here. LeftoverSmurfs don't want to drop that. But the trap is just perfectly placed here. Units versus units here on the point. A ton of green units from LeftoverSmurfs against a ton of green and also gold units from YeahBuddy. YeahBuddy definitely with a heavier investment onto that point. But right now it feels like LeftoverSmurfs, they are putting up a good fight here. Cocos in the back from LeftoverSmurfs, getting quite some damage going, and it feels like YeahBuddy is struggling to get that point, even though they have such a strong unit comp. What is happening? LeftoverSmurfs take that fight. YeahBuddy being wiped by blue and green units. YeahBuddy, they are just losing that fight. LeftoverSmurfs on point here, really strong. Trap onto the point, but that feels just like a leadership-wise 70% still up here for Leftovers. What is going on? YeahBuddy, they have been completely slapped here on the A point. You can see it here, 536 against 274 tier 5 units and 318 versus 356 tier 4 units. That's just a big lead for LeftoverSmurfs, but can they fall back quickly enough? YeahBuddy, they are going in, trap onto all those heroes. Short sword being grabbed by them all. That will be the story of their life. LeftoverSmurfs, if they can pull this off here. Oh my god. A point, of course, falling because LeftoverSmurfs, they just dropped that one. But what a defense here on A. Oh my goodness. YeahBuddy, how do you recover from this? I mean, if there's one team to recover, it is YeahBuddy. They can still win this. They have the talent to do so. The skill is there. Dunkel will bring up some new strats to get back the unit lead. But that first fight was so incredibly impressive from LeftoverSmurfs. Oh my god. B point is being captured here. So there we go. Nothing in the way to see. We can see here now the defense with a strong unit composition. Still some red and pikemen in there. I'm curious why you would still play 15 red and pikes from B melee, but maybe there's a strat for that one as well. I mean, it's a chain that maybe just sniping one hero and then killing it with the red and pikes to get some use going from that one. And oh my goodness, still there. So many hero kills done from LeftoverSmurfs. I feel like that's one of the first teams really getting the upper hand on hero kills, as YeahBuddy is already making a move, not hesitating to go in. And there they are, YeahBuddy with the setup. Trap already in position here in the middle of the rotation, and that might be devastating here. Trap going in, LeftoverSmurfs, good. Watch here to Trap. Almost nothing being caught from it. YeahBuddy not willing to go in with that trap still going. So they will have to wait until next trap is ready, and they will go now. Where's the trap? There we go. Trap in the middle of the defenders. Musket throwing their bombs in, and now the trap. This one is good. Shield mains from the back trying to support, and will the Monastics break through? Monastics going in, and that's just a breakthrough here. Monastics getting through. Zedix with the phalanx in the back, covering the back, but the front is just so cavalry open. Next trap going in, that one might be massive as well, and it feels like this fight is just so good for YeahBuddy. Next trap, look at that. YeahBuddy, as I said, if somebody can bring it back, it is YeahBuddy. They are going in there, getting a massive unit trade. And with that one, YeahBuddy maybe in the lead, maybe even, but at least something traded back and everything is still open. LeftoverSmurfs, they don't want to drop it though. One unit of cavalry, why are you sending that down there? Because that one is just getting wiped completely. No fight back, nothing won here. YeahBuddy already on the way to the end point. What is happening? They don't let LeftoverSmurfs set up here. Oh my god, trap already being called here. Trap will hit. Feels like a bit of friendly fire as well. Will there be one trap shell hitting in the middle of the defense, or will there not? Oh my goodness, LeftoverSmurfs, They overcommit to the outside, being wiped from both the sides. The sandwich is perfect. Will it be enough from the defense? They still have supply. I see a ton of heroes already rotating back, running back to the supply. Cavalry going through, but the cavalry from the attack as well. But there's no charge for that one. Oh my goodness, it feels like that's the fight of the game, and that one is good for YeahBuddy. You can just see the failings on the right side, getting constant value, wiping the units, 600 to 860 units left, and I feel like YeahBuddy is breaking through and on the upper hand here. Finally again, they should have the amounts of units they need to finish this map. But C point still not captured yet. 5 minutes left. C point soon to be captured. YeahBuddy with probably a quick move here once again. You can see 2 more units coming to that side gate. Cavalry from the back. And that cavalry is not breaking through. Orochi good there to stop them. Failings as well. And like that, LeftoverSmurfs, they are falling back to the point. Coco still there. But they have just given up such a massive lead, and I would say that's just the strength of YeahBuddy here. Oh my goodness, bringing it back from such a deficit. You can see it here. Only unit lead for LeftoverSmurfs is tier 5 with almost 40 and tier 2 with 20. But the rest is in the lead of YeahBuddy, and they will just capitalize on that lead. They are going straight to the points. They have also a flank going, just pushing from all sides, every direction here onto the point. Cavalry going in. YeahBuddy taking the upper hand. 7 minutes left. They are already capturing the point. 1/4 complete. Cavalry from the defense, not really able to do much. Infantry still coming in. More failings, more cavalry from the defense. But is it enough? They are still holding on. It feels like YeahBuddy is still not here completely locked on the point. 2 units of failings holding on to this point, and that is so close. 440 against 300 units. More cavalry coming in, but failings should be good. There we go. Failings stopping that one, and that's a push out with Rattan Pikes here from the defense. LeftoverSmurfs, do they push out? They don't. Okay, no push out, but oh my goodness. Supply blocked. Oh my god. There we go. 6 minutes left. YeahBuddy struggling to lock this one in, and LeftoverSmurfs, they are so dominant here right now. I did not expect them to get that far, and they could still get this. Only a few units left from both sides. YeahBuddy still in the lead though, with every single unit here now, apart from tier 4, which is 6 in the lead for LeftoverSmurfs, but those won't make a big difference, as YeahBuddy is now making the move to the endpoint. Will it be enough for LeftoverSmurfs, or will YeahBuddy break through? I would say YeahBuddy, they have to have this, but LeftoverSmurfs, they have done so well, so much better than we all expected them to do, and it would be such a massive story if they would be able to do it here. One hero fight here already, hero dying, Hexes down, cavalry straight through the middle onto the point. More cavalry coming, and the infantry is coming in as well. Here we go, last units from LeftoverSmurfs trying to hold on, but that's just so much from YeahBuddy. That's just no chance here. LeftoverSmurfs point is being captured, hero on the point, but they can't really win this one here. There's just too much on the point. Point being captured, almost 3/4 complete. There's only a few seconds left for that point. YeahBuddy, it looks like they have it, and they should really have it. Only 80 units left for the defense, and that's it. YeahBuddy, they take map number 1, round number 1. But what a match here. LeftoverSmurfs first fight was massive with only green and blue units. They have done incredibly well. Sadly, not enough in the end. And we have YeahBuddy here on the left hand side taking the victory with MVP Ziko, who I have no idea what that name should be, but he has 2 hero kills, 160 unit kills, 1.4k troop kill score. Massive match from him, really leading his team to the victory. And then most heroes killed here on the side of YeahBuddy is Gurk with 8 hero kills and Too Lazy for Everything with 8 as well. And like that, YeahBuddy, they have managed to still get the victory, but look at the amount of unit kills. That's not what we are used to see here. And then on the other side, LeftoverSmurfs MVP is Bard with 124 unit kills, 1 hero kill, and 960 troop kill score. 500 support points is massive as well. And then going down the list, we have the most heroes killed from B Melly. And that 15 Rattan Pikes, that's have done much, it feels like, with the 6 hero kills. Where did you get them? Oh my goodness. Let's head straight to the post-battle analysis and see what we got there. First fight, YeahBuddy losing more units than LeftoverSmurfs, even though they had tier 5 units against tier 2 units. How is that possible? That's... But then, sadly, of course, here you can see it. YeahBuddy getting the upper hand quite quickly on the C point. Beautiful traps as we used to see them. And with that, wiping the floor with the heroes and units from LeftoverSmurfs. And then only being traded back a bit in the end on the end point where LeftoverSmurfs got the upper hand once again, but then being traded out and lost the match. Very unfortunate. You can see it on the bottom once again. YeahBuddy with the 40 hero kills against 22 on the other side. But let's see how well LeftoverSmurfs can do in their attack, because right now I feel like they could have it in their pocket. And there it is. We have on the left hand side LeftoverSmurfs once again, very many of those Rattan Pikemen, also some Cocos, the Sergeants with Spear mix in there as well. And then after that, I can see some Orochi again, but a ton of failings. I just love to see that many failings. I think we had like 3 before, maybe I'm wrong, but maybe they have just added 2 failings to the setup, and I just love to see that failings, because I feel like it's just getting their value in this bands here right now. And the picks, of course, from the other side. And then in purple we have a ton of those new Sealets. Then of course the Sergeants with Spear. And I see one-time longbows. For what are those longbows good? Probably for some C-point pressure. On the other side, YeahBuddy with a ton of Couturiers with the Rattan Pikes and the Rattan Round Shields. Then some Sergeants with Spear and some Paladins. Imperial Pikes. We don't have... Oh, we have 2 units of 2 sets of Imperial Pikes on the side of the attackers. And I have just seen so many Cocos on the side of YeahBuddy. They are really afraid of those Rattan Pikemen. They are so afraid. They picked so many Cocos, and I can totally understand them. YeahBuddy adapting the unit setup to what we have seen work for LeftoverSmurfs, and I feel like LeftoverSmurfs will be in a hard spot right now, because they can't just win those fights with Rattan Pikes and the Cocos that easily, because they will just get thrown at so much, and I feel like they will really struggle here. But first setup, looks like YeahBuddy wants to defend A as well. Cavalry next to the gate might be a late sally out. Of course, there's 2 gates you have to open, so that would have to be made either simultaneously, or you have the inner gate already opened, but the outer gate should be the last one to open, because otherwise you're just telling everyone you're coming before you're really coming, so they would be ready. LeftoverSmurfs, are they ready for sally out? I'm not completely sure. They have some longbows? No, sorry, not the long... Is it the longbows? No, that's some arbalests here next to the supply. and some halberdiers with shields. The arbalests could take some damage. I don't know why they are already out there. Why? Oh my goodness. Why are you bringing your range already to the field here? I'm not sure if they lost some of them, but usually you don't want to bring your range that early, of course, with some sally out action here from some heroes at least. Those arbalests might be good, but I'm not sure yet. Trap, of course, getting nothing because YeahBuddy didn't sally out. YeahBuddy is falling back here, as you can see, and they will just go to safety, just baited for that one trap, and like that, YeahBuddy on the C point. Some heroes hunting the remaining heroes of YeahBuddy here. Will YeahBuddy bring everyone out safe? Usually they do, but LeftoverSmurfs, they are so strong here today. So cavalry charge going in. Oh, ended too early, not getting any hero, and like that, YeahBuddy, they are in a good spot here. Cavalry going in again. Trap might hit the own cavalry. I talked about self-trapping before, and that LeftoverSmurf probably won't do that, but that feels like a self-trap here. Not too devastating at all. 6 minutes 30 left. LeftoverSmurfs going for the auto supply, for the B point and the auto supply point here at the B point, and we'll capture those without any fight back. 1 unit of Cocos in the hands of YeahBuddy, and with that, quite calm start to that map. I feel like Valley Fortress just always has a hard and really aggressive start here with everyone. Shield mains being trapped here. Trap, good positioning. Not sure if any of those shield mains died, but I would assume they are just all perfectly fine because they are standing on the supply and they should not have too much trouble here sustaining one shell of that trap. LeftoverSmurfs are heading to the bottom side here of your screen. It feels like they are preparing for a two-sided push. And even though I usually like those two-sided pushes, I feel like YeahBuddy, they are so good at communicating, so strong individually, that we usually don't see them work against YeahBuddy because, yeah, they just adapt perfectly to those. They usually get a good trade. And what is this? Wait a second, do the sealets need to be damaged to get access to one of the abilities? I honestly don't play them, and yeah, it feels like, and I just got told they need, so beautiful. Getting them already charged up. I think we had stuff like that with the I don't even know the name, with the Spartans, the Berserkers, and also the Nordic tier 5 unit that need to charge up. Oh yeah, we're right here. Thanks to production for that one. Yeah. Those units, we have seen that plenty of times now with the Sealets as well. Team damaging the units to get them charged up. I always like if you have that. And I feel like it's just a good way to get a slightly upper hand because you have an ability fully charged. Don't need to worry about charging that up, and then you still have a full life unit because you won't stand it in low. You will just heal it up after that, and everything is fine. Trap going to the safe spot here, which is not too safe. Many people assume it's safe, but sadly it's not, so that trap didn't really hurt YeahBuddy too much. I think we almost lost nothing, or didn't lose anything here on the side of YeahBuddy. But still, 11 traps left, so not too much lost here. LeftoverSmurfs, they want to go to that right side of the C point. Can just see them group up completely, and I don't like that push too much, because if you die and you retreat your units, they will run straight over the point and into the lineup of the enemy. So staying alive as a hero is so incredibly important, and we have to see if LeftoverSmurfs can pull this off. Beautiful trap here, very nicely timed. They could have a good shot here. Sealets going in first, immediately retreating again. And oh my goodness, was that a Spartan kick? Probably. That's just massive here. Trap being called in again. And when is the engagement coming? We see musket bombs throwing back and forth the longbows from LeftoverSmurfs, I would assume, because they were the ones bringing those. Shooting in from far away. Sealets once again really aggressive. I'm not really sure how well they do alone, but I feel like that aggression could really benefit LeftoverSmurfs here. They are looking for the engagement. They are going in. I see a Red and Pikeman going for the flank in the bottom, so that one will hurt them eventually. One hero dropping down to the bottom, and like that, fight is going in, trap is in, but that trap is just too far in the back. It will hit the stalwarts, but after that one it won't hit too much. There we go. LeftoverSmurfs, though, with a massive fight here. They are breaking through. Right side is already through. Left side, not really much on the field for YeahBuddy, and that should be a clean wipe here off the C point. But LeftoverSmurfs, you have to be ready, because YeahBuddy, they will send in reinforcements here. Supply is maybe blocked. I'm not sure. I don't think the supply is blocked. So, oh, there we go. Supply is not blocked. Now supply is blocked. And that's not too many units of YeahBuddy here. You could wipe them. LeftoverSmurfs with a massive lead here on the point. C point in control, full control here. Sergeants with spear in front of it. Supply is blocked again. Beautifully done. LeftoverSmurfs, you're doing this to perfection right now. Going in with the shield mains, probably straight to the point. And that C point is just gone. YeahBuddy, you have to retreat your units. There we go. Retreat is coming in. But LeftoverSmurfs, they are already ready. They are blocking their retreat while YeahBuddy, they have no chance here. They are being wiped. The units inside the city can't really push out because they would just go into a vulnerable spot. And like that, LeftoverSmurfs, they are getting even more units, but the Cocos on top are massive. YeahBuddy getting at least something traded back here. I'm not sure how much really was lost here from LeftoverSmurfs against those Cocos, but once again, unit lead in the favor of LeftoverSmurfs, and that by a massive amount here. 190 tier 5 units, again, more than YeahBuddy has, of course not completely, it's 390 completely. And even on tier 4, lead in tier 3 and almost even in tier 2, that's just such a massive lead. First fight again, really advantages for LeftoverSmurf and the Smurfs, and they have to go on from here. They are heading to the right side here. It feels like they don't really want to focus on the main entrance because that one's just so open. They leave some units there. I'm not sure. Maybe they are willing to go for a split push. YeahBuddy, they've set up on the right side here, as you can see. So having the high ground would be advantageous for LeftoverSmurfs, because then they could use their Cocos to just throw down on the defender setup. YeahBuddy would be in a bad spot here, but I feel like YeahBuddy, they wanna engage as soon as LeftoverSmurfs go to that wall. But oh, here you can see LeftoverSmurfs changing units so they can just bring exactly what they need on the walls here. I see a ton of Orochi that can really be devastating here on those narrow places. And YeahBuddy, what is your plan against that? I still don't see Cocos from LeftoverSmurfs. I think I have seen some on the supply point. They would need them now, because they are on the high ground now, which is really good. But you can't really capitalize on that high ground without something like Cocos. And those Cocos, they are needed so much. Where are the Cocos from LeftoverSmurfs? When can you start pushing YeahBuddy out of position? There we go. Cocos coming on the ground, beautifully protected by LeftoverSmurfs. Very well done. And now Cocos have arrived. YeahBuddy have to move. First salvo. Where is it going? Probably close to the gate, I would assume. Is it going? Yes, there we go. Cocos throwing down muskets, trying to return fire here to the top. Will it be enough? Probably not. LeftoverSmurfs, they have just full control here over the top, and they are moving down that staircase with full force, but that one is really narrow. but they have the advantage of the Rochi that really benefit of those narrow spaces. Longsword being locked on the ground, getting the charge through, and that drop down was not intended but might be massive here. Push coming down, so many units of LeftoverSmurfs. Cocos, where are they? It feels like they are not in that fight. I see them on top, throwing down, beautiful position for them. Hussars are ready and waiting, but not really in a good position here. But the Cocos for YeahBuddy are still in that blob. But the flank, oh, we have a flank coming in here. Sergeants with spear from the side. And that fight is kinda even. And even is not what YeahBuddy needs here. YeahBuddy needs a victory here. And I feel like LeftoverSmurfs are slowly starting to control this fight with the flank, with the Cocos on top, and now again, one flank, LeftoverSmurfs getting rid of the units from YeahBuddy here, and that's once again a victory in this fight. YeahBuddy sending in more and more units, and LeftoverSmurfs, they have to get fresh units, because with what they get left, they will not be able to break through YeahBuddy's remaining 900 units in 5 minutes. They are, though, sending it straight to the point, so endpoint is about to be captured. First quarter is almost there. There we go. First quarter almost completed. Cavalry charge through the point, and a second cavalry charge. Phalanx not braced, and that's massive here for YeahBuddy. YeahBuddy can get back on the point. Cavalry was able to break through, and LeftoverSmurfs completely wiped. Phalanx sadly not braced in time. I feel like sometimes with the Phalanx you're pressing the button to charge and they to brace, and they are not bracing, and the charge of the cavalry is just going straight through. And like that, YeahBuddy is selling out to the supply point. Supply is blocked, and like that, YeahBuddy will probably take a good unit trade here. It's Trap though might be good. Trap is coming in, hitting, oh, waiting a ton of units here. Resupplies are there for LeftoverSmurfs, and that's a good amount of units here coming in. Might be, that might be game changing here. That's probably game deciding here, that fight here. YeahBuddy, they try to hold on. Cocos rain down from I don't know where, probably left hand staircase. Those Cocos dealing massive damage. Trap hitting their own units. I don't know how well that trap was here, but in the end, YeahBuddy, they are still down 300 units, and LeftoverSmurfs, they are fighting for some control here. 3 minutes 20 left, and YeahBuddy has only green units left. So how many Cocos has LeftoverSmurfs left? They are going to the point, straight to the point. They have achieved really much here already, but they have to lock this one in on the point. YeahBuddy just slowing them down. That's just pure slowing down. They have so much green. Point now 1 quarter complete the capture, but there's just not too much here left also for LeftoverSmurfs. 3 minutes, that's all, not even 3 minutes, and YeahBuddy still has plenty of green units. Cavalry is going through with really good success here. Anti-cav is there for LeftoverSmurfs. I feel like those cavalry units got stopped quite well here. Cocos also in the city now for LeftoverSmurfs, so YeahBuddy are in quite some danger. Green units won't hold on for really long. I see some Reapers left for YeahBuddy. Those will be really strong, because I can tell you they have just the best doctrines you can have, but there is so much coming. LeftoverSmurfs, they are heading towards that endpoint. 2 minutes 11 left. Can YeahBuddy block that? 2 minutes for the endpoint. 1 quarter already complete. One more hero on the point. One longsword next to the point. Spartan kicking the defenders from the points. YeahBuddy trying to get back on it. Some more units arriving. YeahBuddy's heroes, one glaive on the points being dealt with now. Another glaive here. Cavalry charging in, but is it enough? 1 minute 40 left, and time ticking down. Points slowly, it feels like slowly, the attacking heroes and units are being dealt with. The Rattan units from the defense are slowly starting to get the work with the poison on. Half of the point is completed. There we go. LeftoverSmurfs, 1 minute 20 left. It's all there. You just need to take it. Only 1 quarter left. That's some seconds here. 8 heroes off. YeahBuddy still alive. Not too many units left from LeftoverSmurfs here on the point. They still have 600 left. So they could potentially get those to the point. If those units arrive, then it's GG's. Otherwise, it's only 1 minute left and you have to still clear so many heroes from YeahBuddy from that point. Not even 1/4 left, only 1/8 of the point here. And oh my goodness, there's one unit of sergeants with spear arriving. Is it enough? Oh my goodness, 40 more seconds, and there's also sergeants with spear from YeahBuddy. They can tank so long, especially if they are not being dealt with. Halberdiers from LeftoverSmurfs here now next to the point, getting rid of those sergeants with spear. Heroes next to the point. Is it enough? 25 more seconds. Polex from LeftoverSmurfs trying to deal with the remaining units, but there's so many heroes from here, YeahBuddy remaining. Halberdiers next to the point, charging onto the point from the left hand side here, and some Rattan pikemen as well, but only 8 seconds, and that's it. YeahBuddy holding on to that point. Oh my goodness, LeftoverSmurfs barely losing out here. Oh my goodness, what on earth did we see here? YeahBuddy getting the victory done, but LeftoverSmurfs, what a performance here. B-Melee MVP for LeftoverSmurfs, 8 hero kills, 186 unit kills, 1.3k troop kill score, and 500 support points. Massive game for B-Melee, and also it's the most heroes killed here in the whole lobby. On the other side, we have Ioku with the MVP, 178 unit kills, 1.6k troop kill score, 21 Cocos killed. That's so strong here. Game-changing value from Ioku. And then most heroes killed, of course, too lazy for everything with 9 heroes killed, 133 units killed, 1.1k troop kill score. Amazing, too lazy for everything. Amazing game. Let's just head straight to the post-battle analysis and see what we got here. And oh my goodness, YeahBuddy, what happened at that fight at the sea point? They just got no unit kills, nothing at all. That's just nothing. YeahBuddy got completely wiped, and LeftoverSmurfs, not really much they had to deal with. And then, of course, fight on the endpoint, back and forth, but LeftoverSmurfs, they just got a massive unit trade here. Sadly, in the end, they had not enough units on the point to finish the remaining heroes of YeahBuddy, but that would have been probably only a matter of seconds there. 30 more seconds and they would have had it. But in the end, YeahBuddy is still taking the victory, even though it was so incredibly close. And I feel like LeftoverSmurfs, if they practice a bit more, they could just really beat anyone here with that performance they had here on Valley Fortress. Incredible job from LeftoverSmurfs. Oh my god. But yeah, like that, it's still a 2-0 victory for YeahBuddy.